so here's the deal. Les just moved in, and my cat doesn't know him, so my cat's been stalking him every time he leaves the room, and hisses at him, and kind of like really mean to him, so he doesn't want to get into a tiff with her, and doesn't want to, do anything to her, just want to, relax and stuff, so he's kind of a little scared of her right now, so we're gonna have a little fun. Be right back.
No. No, Chung's fucking put the camera in here and he's fucking bringing the cat over. Don't do it, dude. Don't do it. Don't do it. Your cat's gonna get hurt. Both of us are gonna get hurt.
Have fun with her. Hey, this is Chung.
And I'm Les.
And we're here to do another vlog Babble, and we're just going to go ahead and cover some stuff and talk about stuff that's wargaming or not wargaming.
Yeah.
First of all, let's congratulate Off the Zone. He won the last Q10 drawing from the last vlog Babble, so yay!
Yay! Congratulations.
Okay, so on the bigger news front, Worthy Painting is opening their own gaming store, if you haven't heard already, Worthy Games, and they're going to have a really big opening. The opening is on September 8th, on a Saturday. And they're going to have, a huge party, basically. 15% off of GW and Privateer Press stuff.
David Lewis from Hawk Wargaming, which is the maker of Drop Zone Commander, and Gavin from Tor Gaming will also be there, along with the Red Steel Preston members. So, be in for that.
And we're also sending Joey up there to cover the opening, as well as getting in some interviews and just, filming the festivities. Festivities?
Dude, you messed me up now. I don't know. Festivities.
Festivities.
Yeah. Emphasis.
The fun. She's covering the fun. All right. Fun. Yeah, that's it. So, if you want to meet any of them, just to hang out, or hang out with Nick, from Worthy Painting. He's a great guy. Marnius might also be heading down there as well. So, I'm not sure about that. But anyway, it's going to be huge. It's going to be a great opening. So, you guys, do me a favor. Go kick Nick in the ass for us.
Yes.
When you're there.
Twice.
As well, recently, we just sent... let me do it again. Don't do that. All right. As well, recently, we sent Joey over to ETC to do some coverage, and she had a lot of fun. It was a great video, so go check out her channel for more information about that. Also, in the upcoming Joey 40K, she's going to have a KR giveaway, so for more details on that, stay tuned on Friday for her show, and check out how you could win.
All right, and then we have the Super Itchiban Contest. Itchiban Painting here on YouTube is having a contest. He's giving away Harder Steinbeck airbrushes, a KR multi-case, and gift certificate to Secret Weapon Miniatures. There'll be a link below, so check that out.
And on the Red Steel side, big welcome to Red Steel Chicago and Red Steel New York. Brand new clubs just popped up. The guys running it, really awesome. JD Dragon and something. I forgot the number. Sorry, JD. And also Garway Jr. Garway Jr. is running New York. JD Dragon, along with Wargasm Experiences, running Chicago. So, so if you're in those areas, give them a contact. If you join up with the group, play some games, have some fun. That's what Red Steel is all about. As well, on the Red Steel New York side, September 15th, on Saturday, they're going to have a tournament, 40K tournament, and I believe it's 1,500 points. More details over at Garway Jr.'s channel, but it'll be a $50 prize pool plus $10 per person, so it'll be maybe up to, maybe almost $100 in store credit as the prize pool. I'll be there covering, sticking the camera in your face, annoying the heck out of people, whoever's there. So we're going to have a lot of fun. I'll be in New York that weekend. So the other big news is a Malifaux tournament we're having. We're throwing it really big here in Los Angeles over at the Game Ogre. We're making it really big because it's going to be the first Malifaux tournament over at Game Ogre. We're going to have fun, hopefully have some barbecue going as well. It will be a 25 Soulstone faction tournament. And this will be held on September 8th, Saturday. So while Nick is having his grand opening, we're going to be kicking Malifaux butt over at the Game Ogre. So what you could win, the top the prize pool itself actually is $200 plus $10 per person. So if 20 people enter the tournament, that's $400 prize pool. It's a huge prize pool. And as well, first place, second place, and third place will get to pick between a Rail Crew set, Miss Terrorist, Lazarus, and Dark Debts. Now, these are the stuff that were just released from Gen Con, the releases from Gen Con. So you'll have a chance to win that stuff.
So those are the new plastics then, huh?
Yeah, those are the new plastics.
All right. And also, at this Malifaux tournament, there will be paint judging. So a painting contest judged by Paul, Chung, and myself. And first place, you're going to get some airbrush stuff. An Aspire compressor and a Badger Chrome, which is a highly, highly sought-after airbrush. Second place will also get the Chrome. And third place will get a Patriot airbrush. So fancy stuff.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty big. We got pretty much, thank you for Badger Airbrush Companies. There's the sponsor. Game Ogre sponsoring it. Our friends at SoCal Malifaux is, helping sponsoring this. Red Steel, Worthy Games, the Joey Berry Heritage of You, and Weird Miniatures. I mean, all these people coming together, putting something into this tournament because I kind of asked them to, and they're kind of required to say yes.
The featured channel is Judge Gudge, and there'll be a link for him below or right here.
Or up there.
Right. Or, yeah, somewhere in here. But Judge Gudge is a friend of mine. I talk to him all the time. He's got a great channel. He's not too much of a tutorial guy. He does a lot of showcase stuff, but he's one of the channels that you go to for inspiration because he can paint, definitely can paint, and, he inspires me. So figure you guys go check it out if you haven't seen his channel yet.
Cool.
Judge Gudge.
Judge Gudge. And so we come into the show really where I just pick whatever topic and then we just do it. But I actually want to sit down with Les and talk a little bit more about the Will figure that we just released as our first miniature, the Les Bursley miniature line. So now you guys heard about, some of you guys may have heard about the figure that's released. If you haven't, we'll have links below where you can purchase your own. Competitive pricing. It's a pretty good detailed miniature. Yep. And I think I would like to get people to know more about the idea behind Will, how it came about and stuff like that. So I want to talk about where did the idea come from. I know where, we've talked on the phone for years about it. But
we got to let them know.
Yeah.
So the idea just comes from most painters. When you're looking for models and stuff, you're looking for a model that's going to inspire you and want to paint, and a lot of the times you end up going through different lines and you're going, I don't quite see what I like. Why don't they make a model that looks like this? And then I started to think of movie characters and things like that in my head, and started designing what the game would be about, which has been flipped many times, but I still had the same type of characters in my head. And Will just happens to be the first one. He's the guy that I imagine to be the main character of his faction in the game, and just started working on him as far as getting a drawing made up so we knew what Will looked like, or my best idea and the artist's version of it. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it just went from there, and then as we saw the character, we started to get more into the fluff and what it was about. And there's a lot written up about it, but I think here we just can give you the basic outline of what's happening and what it can turn into.
Now, when I first met you, we talked on the phone. I mean, that was the first time we ever talked to each other. We just, said, hey, let's just call each other, see what's up. And I believe that very night you told me about Will. That was the first thing. Yeah. And then over the years, or the first year that we known each other, I kept hearing about it. And I believe one day I just, just shut up and let's just do it.
Yeah.
Right? Let's make your own miniature. I'll put up the money for it. How are we going to do this?
Yep.
And then we went with, you're telling me, well, we already have it sketched. This is what we need to do, get it sculpted. This is what we needed to get in production and stuff like that. And I said, oh, that doesn't sound bad. Make it happen.
Yeah.
So I threw the money at you, and then you threw the, figure out. So now it actually becomes, I think, a bigger thing. Now the whole thing that's really interesting to me was the process of getting Will to production. Yeah. And now we're starting to get Sasha into production as well.
Yeah.
So I think it's a really cool. I mean, for me, it was mainly to get Will going and to understand the back end about how a figure becomes to light, the production line of it. Now, it's not just about putting out figures, but there is really a big backstory behind Will. It's been revamped like 3 or 4 times, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little about the world now as it stands?
The way the world is it's kind of like steampunk meets fantasy meets clockwork, and you kind of put steampunk. Well, it's steampunk and clockwork together, but it's because our version of wizards, the demis, since they existed, we're in a world now where technology kind of took a halt, and they said, we don't have to develop certain things like medicine or anything like that because these guys can heal us, whatnot. So that's what gives the demis power. The Demi Legion is the first faction.
Maybe the ruling class, almost like.
Right. That's the one
controlling class.
They're the controlling class, but that wasn't the original idea. It's because the people depended on them and gave them power,
right.
And then they started to grow. So the people stay around the demis. They don't leave the city because, what if we get sick or anything like that? That's the main faction. That's the corporation. That's the big, not really bad guys. There's a lot of politics in there. Will is the main character for the rebel faction, and the rebels aren't really, even though rebels got a negative connotation, he's just it's a group of outside thinkers that think, look, we like what the demis provide, but we want to get off the grid. We want to not depend on these guys. So they're always trying to find ways to be independent from that, because they believe that there's more to the world than just this city that they're in and just outside the city, and they want to be able to do that and not have to depend on the demis. And then you have the demis that went bad and created their own legions, which is called the demons, and the demons are the bad guys pretty much. So the rebels kind of sit in the middle, the demi legion and the demons go at it, and that'll be basically the 3 main factions for now.
So people have been asking us, are we going to make a game out of this?
In
the future, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think the first step for us is we're really still putting the world together and getting it pretty much tightened, because right now they're all pretty loose-end ideas.
Right.
Like, here's the faction here. We're going to put it all together and then put it online and get it to everyone so they understand where the characters come from.
Right.
Give them more background story as well. And then maybe a game might come in the future. We don't know yet.
Maybe. We'll see what the popularity's like. So
yeah,
it's right now we're just making models, and if it does get turned into a game, it'll start out as like a skirmish that gets scaled up to whatever we want it to be. So it could be something
might leave
small.
it as a skirmish.
Might leave it as a skirmish.
Like with Malifaux.
Right.
You're in love with Malifaux, right?
I'm in love with Malifaux right now.
He's in love with Malifaux.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, right now they're just models, but as, start to get through in development for all of them, we'll have small little factions that people can get and paint them up and proxy them or whatever they want to do with them until a game comes out.
Okay, and that leads us to the Q10 of the day. What we're going to do for the Q10 is give away 5 will figures, random drawing. So in order to do that, just leave a comment below and we'll random draw the comments. And the comment will be, or rather, the question is, what will you do for a will figure? Pretty simple, right?
Right.
Okay.
Do they actually have to do it, or do they just have to say, what I would do?
No, just answer the damn question.
Just answer the question.
You just answer the question.
There you
That's
go.
all we have to do. Right? And then we'll just randomly pick from there 5 winners.
5
Simple
winners.
as that.
That works.
So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. So remember, like if you like, sub if you haven't, share where you can, and favorite if you love me. Talk to you guys later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.